Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. How you doing today? We're bringing you a live episode tonight. Just hanging out, and we're about to feed the Pupperoonie Pizzas some dinner. Now, I'm super sorry I couldn't bring you an edited video tonight. We are still mega, triple, double, quadruple busy getting all the boxes packed, getting everything done, getting everything ready to go. And it is taking so much time to do it all, unfortunately. So we're just partying right now and kind of taking it easy, to be quite honest. Hila, oh my gosh, you have such a loud voice. So I just wanted to come into the channel tonight and yep, that's what you get. That's what you get till you wait when you wait till 10:30 to feed a husky dinner. So anyways, I just wanted to come into the channel and let you guys know that we're just doing a live stream tonight. We're not going to be doing an edited video. So if you guys have any questions, now is your chance to ask all of them. But, oh my gosh, you guys are crazy right now. Can we chill? Good Lord, we're live. We're on TV. Can you guys calmo downo? You want to eat some dinner? Hey, you want dinner? What? Yeah? Dinner? You want to eat some dinner? What do you think? What do you think, Britney Spears? We eat some dinner? You want some dinner? Say hi to everybody. Say, hey, what's going on? Did you teach everybody yesterday how to do a paw? Did you? It's a good Bowie. It's a good Bowie. All right, let's go. Come on. Let's go. We got dinner. All right, we got some gourmet stuff. We got some gourmet food. Today, since we're not able to go and get our regular Merrick, because that's what we eat usually is Merrick, some good old grain-free stuff. But today, we got the Blue Buff. You know what I'm saying? The Blue Buffy. The Blue Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. This stuff is pretty good. This is my go-to stuff. I already told you guys about this, but basically, in case you didn't know already, the pups have been eating this since they were about that big. So whenever I can't get their regular food, I use this, and this stuff is pretty good. I say it is a solid replacement for their regular stuff. So this is a whole brand new bag of Blue Buffalo. So we're going to open it up right now and feed the puppies. Look how excited they are. Look, Britney Spears can barely contain himself. And he was just like, look, dude, I'm trying to do like the perfect little dog stature stance. All right, I'm messing with you. Come on, let's do this. All right, I got to put the phone down. You want to put the phone? Here, let's see if we can get the doggies in the frame. Boom. Stay like that for a second while I open up the food. Boom! And it's open. No, it's not food for kitty cats. It's just food for doggos, but I will feed the kitty cat too. Boom! All right, here we go. Look inside. Look at all that goodness. You guys have been waiting all day just for a little bit of kibble, haven't you? All right. Whoa, bromansky. Let's get this bowly-oly-oly. Get the other bowly-oly-oly. Whoop! And here we go. Now, some of you are probably wondering how much I feed the pups. I've gone over this a few times, but I'm going to go over it again today. Oh my God. Don't look. That was the secret name. That was Britney Spears' secret name on his bowl. You can't see it. So I take one of these just regular size cups. I got this cup from a Super Lube for free. It's like, you know, just a regular old kid's cup. You can use like a kid's cup from like a restaurant or what have you. And basically, for each dog, I'm going to fill up the cup like that. 1, 2. Now, I would keep it there if I was going to top this off with some wet food. And usually I do, because wet food is a great alternative for your dog to have when it comes to kibble. If you're going to not go raw all the way, and if you're not familiar with raw feeding, I would check out some of my videos because I explain the raw feeding a little bit in detail. But if you're not going to go with raw, I would definitely throw a little bit of wet food on top of your dog's kibble. That way, it just helps their tummy feel a little bit better. Because sometimes too much kibble, it just don't taste too good in the tummy. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, though, all I have is kibble today. What type of food do you give them? Hey, John Wick, how's it going? Please don't bring your guns to the live stream, if you know what I'm saying. I would say the best type of wet food to get is Merrick, honestly. Because I did do the Taste of the Wild wet food for a while. And the Taste of the Wild, it's kind of like it's kind of like a beef stew consistency, right? But the Merrick food, I like it so much better because it's actually like gravy with actual pieces of chicken. And it just, I don't know, it looks more appetizing to me, if that makes sense. Merrick is a food that has been impressing me ever since I got interested into it. So if you guys are interested in what kinds of food you should be giving your husky or your dog, you're like, what's the best kind of food? I'm really trying to do a lot of research on that, trying to figure out what the best type of foods there are for huskies. And so far, I think that Merrick is one of the top 3 at least. I am still trying out the Solid Gold brand, and Solid Gold is great. I think it's probably one of the best new foods coming out. But in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Solid Gold, that food brand, it's a little rough on their teeth. Whenever I feed it to the huskies, they're sitting there and they're like crunch, crunch, crunch. It sounds like they're chewing rocks, and I feel like it's hard on their teeth. How long did it take to potty train the dogs? It took a while. We'll talk about that in 1 minute, but I'm going to feed the dogs real quick. So let's bring Britney Spears over here. Sit down, buddy. Sit. Good boy. That's a good boy. Lay down. All the way. He's like, stop. Hammer time. Lay down. Good boy. Stay. You stay. Stay. Good boy. All right, let's get Gila's food. Stay. This way. Sit. Good girl. Stay. Stay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. So good. Love doing that. It's so fun. They are such good pepperoni pizzas. Okay. Back to what we were talking about. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate you coming to the live stream and voicing that. It really means so much to me, honestly. We try and bring you guys some awesome tips every single day. And like I was saying earlier, I really am sorry that we couldn't bring you an edited video today. We had to do a live stream, and I like to bring you guys edited videos. It's just we're moving. I know I've beat this into everybody's head and said, hey, I'm moving. But moving is such a crazy, experience. Hey, Jay Miller, thanks for coming in. Hey, Chethan, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you. So just getting everything together, moving everything, it's taken so much time, and I'm really slacking on the edited videos. However, I'm going to try my best when I can't make those edited videos to come and give you a live stream and help answer any questions you guys have about dog training, about Siberian Huskies, anything like that. So this is your opportunity to ask me questions about anything like that sort of thing. Kind of like what we did the other night. I really enjoyed what we were doing. Everybody had a lot of questions to ask. I was helping everybody. And even people in the stream were helping everybody else. And that was really cool too. I think Rue wants to eat. You want to eat, buddy? You want to eat? You hungry? Come on. Let's feed the kitty cat. Guide to feeding your kitty cat. No, we don't cover that here. I'm just kidding. But we are going to feed the kitty. We are going to feed the kitty. Yeah. See, look how fast Britney Spears eats. I mean, I've been talking for 30 seconds. And he's like, dude, I'm done. Lorraine, thank you so much for stopping by. What's your dream bike? Oh my gosh. I don't even know. That's a good question. Probably a Triumph or a Harley, but a really cool American kind. You know what I mean? Like a really cool old school American motorcycle. Hey Rose, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. So happy we could have you tonight. The pups are just chowing down on their food. They're already finished. Literally took 5.5 seconds. Siberian Huskies, you guys eat so fast. Get some more water. The water just runs out in like 30 seconds. Good Lord. Look at Brittany. He's like, this is the challenge. How do I get these last little beans out of this bowl? Let's see. Bam, 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 bam. How long will it take you to get all of the kibble out of the bowl? One more kibble and there's no more. Oh man, BMW, that's a S1000RR. That's a beautiful bike. Look at these guys, they're like, we're full. We're super full. What am I doing? I was supposed to be getting you guys water. Did we feed the cat? I don't even think we fed the cat. We haven't fed the cat yet. What are we doing? We're slacking. We're slack-a-lacking. So yeah, I hope the video that I posted yesterday helped you guys with shaking, because I know a lot of people were saying, hey, sometimes I have a problem getting my Husky to shake my hand, and I wanted to reach out a little bit and help everybody figure that thing out. There was a question I did want to answer tonight, though, while I was doing the live stream, because someone asked me a question. First, let me cover this. Do you suggest to get Huskies those crazy pattern bowls to slow them eating because they are expensive, like 20 bucks? Rewind. Yes, they are a little expensive. I do agree. It's all about the pace of how fast your Husky eats. For example, Gila, when she eats her kibble, she eats it pretty slow. She's like a really polite eater, and you'll be able to tell. They basically just like will sit there and eat about as slow as you and I would. But Britney Spears, when he eats, he doesn't really do it anymore, and we're gonna switch him over to a different bowl. But when he eats, or at least when he used to, when he was a puppy, he would do it like it was almost like, I don't know, like he was starving. If they're eating, like it's almost like, okay, how about this? If you are like able to put the food down on the floor, and if your dog goes after the food like with a vengeance and is like chowing down hardcore, like the food is going to get stolen from them, that's probably a good indication that you want to switch to one of those bowls. Do I think it's worth it? I absolutely think it's worth it, because your dog, if they don't eat like at a slow pace, especially when a Husky becomes older, it's not really much of a problem when a Husky is younger. Younger dogs eat fast, and so they're just accustomed to that sort of thing. But when you do have an older dog or an older Husky, a problem called bloat can arise, and it's a health problem. And basically what it is when your dog eats too fast, or they exercise beforehand and then they eat too fast. Their intestines on the inside, and I don't mean to get graphic here, but they'll twist up, okay? And then it basically becomes impossible for them to move the food out of their intestine. You'll notice this because your dog will go outside and they'll try to vomit, or they'll try to use the restroom and they won't be able to. Literally nothing will come out of them, and then you have to take them to the vet. Like, it's an emergency situation. Your dog can die from it. So now that we know that, and now that we understand those risks of eating, it's important to kind of nip in the bud a dog, especially a Husky, that eats fast. And maybe you're asking, like, why a Husky? Why is a Husky susceptible to bloat or this condition? And the reason is because the condition follows dogs that have deep chests, okay? What I mean by that is their rib cage down here, it goes down low. So, little dogs like tiny little poodles or like pugs, they're not really susceptible to bloat because they don't have deep chest cavities. But bigger dogs like Huskies, they do have deeper chest cavities. So they're more susceptible to it. Why do dogs with deeper chest cavities, why are they more susceptible to bloat? I honestly, I couldn't answer that. It's just science, but that is the case. So I've never had either of my Huskies have bloat. Okay, it's important that I tell you that because I don't know the intricacies of dealing with it firsthand, but I will tell you this. If you guys are familiar with the channel Gone for the Snow Dogs, wonderful YouTube channel, they have a Husky that actually went through bloat. We're going to let these guys go outside real quick to the bathroom. How's it going, team? Thank you so much for stopping by. They had a Husky that went through bloat a couple times, and they had to take their poor Husko to the hospital, and it was a sad situation. The Husky survived everything, but it's good to note that sometimes if you're not careful and you don't pace your dog's eating, they can run into those medical situations, and it's just, it can be hard on you, it can be hard on your dog. So make sure you are, take proper care. Make sure you are pacing your dog if they're eating way too fast. You want to make sure that they're healthy, and part of that is just making sure that they're eating properly. That's super important. But that's a super good question. Is it worth it to grab that bowl? Me too. I love Gone to the Snow Dogs as well. They have a wonderful channel. I always love to visit it regularly. Check out the Huskos. I love creating a community around Siberian Huskies. So anybody that has Huskies, I'm always such a sucker for their YouTube channel. I'm always like, I gotta watch. Is it the same for cats? I honestly don't know if cats can get bloat. That's a very interesting question and something I'm going to have to research a little bit on. But Rue here, he has always been super good about eating. He basically eats throughout the day whenever he wants to, and I never have to, I don't know. He's just never gotten fat. Believe it or not, this cat is about 10 years old. I've had him for a long time. I've had him way before I even knew what a Siberian Husky was. And that's not true at all. But he has been with me for so long, and he's never I've always just kept food out in a bowl for him. I've never ever had to feed him at dinner or anything like that, and he's never gotten overweight. He never eats more than he has to. And that's kind of how Huskies are in a weird way. I got really lucky, kind of combining these two, because Huskies are very much like, let me eat what I want, and then that's good. Now, a lot of people may say, hey, I have a Husky at home, and they'll eat anything in the world, man. They'll eat so much. And that's true about some Huskies, especially Husky puppies, because Husky puppies will eat anything. But once they get a little bit older, any person who has a Siberian Husky will tell you that they do get a little bit more picky with their food. They will stop eating things, and you'll be like, are you okay? Are you sick? And Huskies are kind of like us in a way. Imagine every single day someone just gave you spaghetti, and every single day of your life you just ate spaghetti. Hey, Marsh, thank you so much for stopping by. How you doing tonight? It's spelled R-O-O. I get that a lot, actually. People are like, how do you spell Rue? And I'm like, it's R-O-O. I actually, I got it from the game. I can't, just stopping by. I have to sleep soon. Thanks so much, Sam, for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Thank you. You always come by and support the channel, and we really appreciate that. Thumbs up to you. Shout out. But yeah, basically, Rue, he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. It's funny, I was really nervous about blending him with the Huskies because Rue was super important to me. He was my first pet, basically. And then I was deciding, I'm going to get a dog. What kind of dog am I going to get? I told everyone it's Siberian Husky, and they're like, dude, you have a cat. That's no good. You shouldn't do that because Huskies have a crazy prey drive. But I soon learned that as long as you introduce a Husky puppy to a cat properly, you're good. They're never going to kill each other. Huskies know how to control their metabolism, so if they are full, they are full. Rewind, I couldn't have said it better myself. Huskies, when they are full, they are full. I remember Gila, she used to eat so much. She used to be like, I'm so crazy. I need to eat everything. And then all of a sudden, one day, it was like she didn't want to do that anymore. She wanted to eat cats instead. So we bought Rue, and we're just still waiting for her to eat him. She still hasn't done it. Just kidding. Look at that fluffy butt. Look at that fluffy butt. How big does your place need to be to have a Husky? Is it okay in a small apartment? That is a awesome freaking question. Thank you so much for asking that. Not many people ask that question. I would say this. If you have a small apartment and you want to get a Siberian Husky, I'd say you're good to go. But one, only get one. Don't double up on the Huskies if you're going to be living in an apartment, okay? Because that's going to get crazy, all right? Number two, you have to be Oh, gosh, your paws are so dirty. Wipe them on the floor, please. Wipe them on the floor. Thank you. Good Lord. So, sorry about that. Number two, if you're gonna get a Husky and you're gonna live in an apartment, this is what you need to do. You're gonna have to be double, like, you're gonna have to basically do double the exercising. You're gonna have to go outside all the time. You're gonna have to put them on a leash. Hey, please calm down. Please calm down. Thank you. You don't have to misbehave. Don't be misbehavior. No. She's like, I'm gonna show off on the YouTube and I'm gonna beat my brother up so everybody knows that I'm the toughest. I gotta show off. But please calm down. Thank you. Hey, miss. Look at you. You're on fire, aren't you? This right here, alpha husky. Yeah. Calm down. Hey, can you sit? Hey, miss, sit. Thank you. Hey, I want a paw. I want the other paw. Time to calm down. It's good girl. It's good girl. Time to calm down. Thank you, miss. Say hello to everybody. Say hi. Speak. Good girl, speak. So yeah, I would say you're good in an apartment, but be sure that you exercise them a lot. It's really easy to get into an apartment and basically be like, okay, I don't have to go outside. Hey, please. We can play, but we're not gonna fight. Thank you. Miss, calm down. I would say you could, she is on fire. What is your deal? You're gonna go back outside, lady. So I would basically just make sure that you double up. Like I said 1,000 times, I'm trying to get this point out. Just make sure you exercise them enough. It's really easy to get complacent when you're in an apartment because if you're up high, like on the 3rd floor, you don't want to walk downstairs all the time. And, you don't have easy access to going outside. It really discourages you from going out and getting a Husky. So my one gripe with that is that if you're going to get a Husky and you're going to be in an apartment, make sure that you're going to be ready to take them out all the time because that's something that you're going to have to do. It's harder to take them out of an apartment than, say, a house because all I have to do is walk over there, open up the back door, and they can go outside. Even if they didn't have an enclosed backyard, I would be able to simply put them on a leash, right? And then walk them right over here and take them out in my backyard. But if you're living in an apartment, you may have to go down an elevator, some stairs, you may have to run into people. If you're dealing with 2 dogs, let's say you have a big apartment and you think you're gonna take on 2 Huskies in an apartment, I don't know. I would say be careful. I would say if you're gonna double up on the Huskies or if you're thinking about getting one, just make sure you are physically active because that's super important. Huskies, they tend to tear stuff up and like bite stuff and destroy things when they're bored. That's the thing is if you don't keep them exercised, they will destroy things. And the problem with that is a lot of people, they end up giving their Husky away. They're like, I can't handle this dog. I don't want to deal with my destroyed stuff. I'm paying all this money for stuff and my dog's destroying it. And I hate to see Huskies, given up, like sent to a shelter because people can't, deal with the fact that they're pent up and they just, they want to like destroy everything. So that's my one little gripe there. Other than that, go ahead. I'd say you're safe to get a Husky. A lot of people have a lot of questions, like they're worried. Like Huskies are these really, really, really difficult animals to own. And in my experience, just like everyone says, they're about medium on the level of difficulty. They are difficult. It takes a little bit of, your life and your heart and your love to manage one of these dogs, but it's not going to enshroud your whole life in difficulty. They're not going to make you leave work or, like you're not going to lose your life because you buy a Husky. So I just want to quell I am sorry. This is a family-friendly channel, and what's going on right here is not family-friendly. So I will just go ahead and cover that up. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. Good Lord. So basically, that is that. What did you think, kitty? Did you like your food? I don't even think I fed you yet. Did I feed you? I can't remember. I think I did. I think I filled your bowl, but I don't remember. Let's go do that then. Sam's like, dude, oh my gosh. I literally was talking to Gila today, and she was doing something bad. I can't remember what it was. This is something I should tell you guys. This is very important for those of you who are watching. You're about to learn something really awesome about Siberian Huskies. Something that no one will tell you about Siberian Huskies. Something no one will ever share with you about them because it's just something that's always overlooked and no one ever says this. But I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you guys the truth right here, right now about Huskies. They fart so much. Huskies fart like I've never, ever in my, this is not for you. No, this is cat food. You don't eat this. I've never in my life met a dog breed that farts as much as a husky. It's just so strange. And I don't mean like you're sitting there on your couch and you're like, what's that smell? Did something go bad in the kitchen? Oh, the dog's sitting underneath me. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legit farts. Like the noise fart. Like when my dog, like when Gila sits down, sometimes I'll just hear like that exact noise. Even though this dog has no butt cheeks, somehow, some way, both these dogs can out-fart me. It's incredible. I've never heard two dogs fart as much as these two dogs fart. And it's incredible. You can literally be mad at them and be like, you know what? You've been running around all day. You've been doing all these things and misbehaving. And then all of a sudden they just sit down, like, because they're like upset that you're mad, and they just fart. And I'm just like, how can I even be serious anymore? Do they get fleas a lot, especially because they live in warmer climates? That's actually a really good question, too. I've not had a crazy flea problem when it comes to the Huskies. They've been pretty good. I did put them on a flea medication when they were bitty baby puppies, so they did do that. I did put them on like, when I got them, I had them on a puppy plan. When you go to your vet, they're gonna have a puppy plan going on. They're gonna be like, if you pay this much money, you'll have the puppy plan to get you all their shots. Sorry, I'm plugging in my camera. And all that good stuff. And you want to take advantage of getting your puppies all their shots and all that good stuff. But they will also give you free tick and flea control. And when I did that, that basically, I don't know, it like almost like prevented them from ticks and fleas for like their entire puppyhood. I never had to deal with it. And then ever since, hey, Glenn Livingston, thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate you so much. We're just talking about if the Huskies get fleas regularly, if I have to combat that a lot. And honestly, the answer is no. I have never had to really deal with it. I have seen a flea or two on them in my time, like when I've had them, and I've been like, ooh, I should really watch this. And like I've mentioned, they have been on flea control in the past, but I currently don't have them on any flea or tick prevention right now. And they do absolutely fine, especially in the hot climate of Florida, where I literally see ticks and fleas all the time. So they're really good about those kinds of things. What's interesting about Siberian Huskies is that they're super, I don't know, their coat, their double coat, it's like it protects them from everything. I've seen them outside in Florida just walking around like a cloud of mosquitoes, all these mosquitoes just covering their fur coat, and not one of them could reach the dog's like skin to get any blood. You gotta go. Thanks, Rose, so much for stopping by. It's 2:51 a.m. We really appreciate you watching. That means so much that you stayed up so late to hang out with me and the pups. We really appreciate you. We hope to see you next time for real, and we will probably have a edited video tomorrow, probably a live stream the day after that, and then the day after that, we are going to take the pups. We're going to move them to Jacksonville, and I am going to film the entire moving process from start to finish, and I'm gonna show you how the dogs react to everything. It's gonna be a really awesome and interesting video, and I can't wait to bring it to you guys. It's gonna be really cool. I don't know of any other videos where you can watch dogs literally moving and see what their reaction is. Welcome, Kool-Aid. I wanna see you. I wanna see what the sorry, I want to see what the question you asked was, and these go by so fast. My Husky is out of this world alpha. All he wants is to dominate, destroy. Yeah, I understand that. That's pretty much how Gila is a little bit. He won't take a command. Instead, he barks and gestures when he wants something. Okay, well, I would suggest that... All right, yesterday I went over, I did a live video. You love the live streams because it makes me feel like you really care about us. Oh, absolutely. If there's anything I care about more on this channel, honestly, it's helping the community out. This channel is about building a community around people who love not only Huskies, but dogs and pets, overall pet care, and I just want to help people like figure out how to communicate better with their animal so that they have a happier life and that their animal has a happier life. But as I was saying before, I want to go back and answer another question for Kool-Aid. I've released a live stream video yesterday where we talked about how you can become the alpha. And I talked about basically there's a couple little things you can do. A lot of people think that becoming the alpha means you have to raise your voice really loud, be really mean, kind of be forward and direct with your dog. You don't have to really raise your voice that loud. You don't have to be mean to your dog at all. All you have to do is use a few simple tips, and I'm going to make an entire video about it, but I will mention them really very briefly right now. I will mention a couple little things for you. One of them is to take your hand and put it over your dog's muzzle a couple times a day. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So when you come up to your dog and they're sitting down, now it sounds like you have a super alpha dog, so I don't know whether or not your dog will bite you when you do this. So you have to take the proper precautions. You know better than I do. But you can take your hand, basically, go up to your dog while you're petting them, right? Pet them on the head, and then take your hand and put it over their mouth. Don't grab it hard. You don't want to like squeeze. That's not the purpose of this at all. It's basically just to put your hand on your dog and then remind them like, hey, good girl, that's good girl. Yeah, that's all we do. We don't shut their mouth hard. We don't like snap it closed. We literally just approach, yeah, and we put our hand over the muzzle for 1 second. And that reminds the dog, hey, I'm in charge, but it's a friendly gesture of you imprinting that you're the alpha. Another thing really quickly, and I'll go over this, dogs are super vulnerable right here. They don't like to be touched in their hip area. Look at her, she's already like, whoa bro, what are you doing? I don't like that. So when you're hanging out with your dog and you're chilling and you're just petting them, make sure to pet in here. Especially get your fingers down in there. Don't dig deep. You don't have to hurt your dog. I don't want you to hurt your dog or anything like that. But when you put your hand in here, especially when you're petting right in here, okay, it's a vulnerable spot for your dog. And you're letting them know, hey, you know, like if I'm going to be the alpha, I got to be able to touch you there and you have to be able to trust me. So if you are interested in where like that information comes from, you can basically watch any person online that deals with wild animals, and they basically take these proper precautions, like when your dog's walking around. Look, grabbing your dog like this, pull them closer to you by grabbing their waist right here. Right here. You just burp. You just burped. Don't fart on me now. I swear, if you fart on me, there's going to be a problem. So me holding her right here, just while she's standing, I'm not hurting her. I'm barely even like touching her. I'm just putting my hand here. Look, I can take my hand away. And she just moves away gently. Just those tiny mannerisms, it seems like nothing. I promise you, those are tiny little like communications that you're giving to your dog that's letting them know, hey, I'm the alpha. And when you implement those on a daily basis, every day, it's not something that happens overnight. Absolutely not. Dogs are animals of routine. They need something to be done every single day before they understand what's happening. So if you do something, you know, like if you're just doing something a couple times, chances are your dog's not going to know what you're talking about. You have to make it routine. And once that thing that you want to teach your dog becomes routine, then they get it. Then one day you're doing it like it's routine and you just realize, whoa, I don't even have to tell them to do this anymore because they're literally automatically doing it. For example, JA, thank you so much. They do have fluffy butts, especially Gila right now. She's shedding her coat, and if you see that one little part right there, all that fluffiness just keeps falling all over my carpet. So it's like, good Lord, girl, your butt's falling all over the place. But I just wanted to say one example of that is just when I go to the store, okay? I've taught these dogs, do they shed every day? No, they don't shed every day. Basically, they will shed 2 or 3 times a year. Basically, if it gets cold or if it gets hot, if the climate changes drastically, if the seasons change, then your Husky is going to what they call blow their coat. And that means that their undercoat is going to come up. Let's go ahead and get closer and I'll show you. So you see Gila's butt right here. So all this hair, you can pull it out. It looks like I'm like ripping her fur out, but this is actually all just fur that's falling out of her naturally. And you can just, I wish I had the Furminator, because here it all goes. And this will all naturally fall out, but this is her shedding her coat. And you can Furminate for, I tell you, an hour. You won't get it all. It's gonna take a couple weeks for it to all fall out. One thing you want, I should make a video called The Things You Absolutely Need when owning a Siberian Husky, because one thing you absolutely need when owning a Husky is a vacuum. If you don't own a vacuum, you're in trubs. And not the good trubs, I mean the bad trubs. You're in trouble. A vacuum is gonna be your best friend when you own a Siberian Husky. One thing all the fur does is it like builds up on the floor. So you can like, you see this? It gets interwoven into your carpet. You need a really good vacuum. Another thing it does is it collects all on the edge of the wall. So it will compile. Not only do you need a vacuum, but you need a vacuum with one of those little like hose suckers that can get all the little crevices. Because if you don't, you're gonna be living in a world of fur. And that can be uncomfortable, especially for your laundry, for sure. Oy, oy, oy. Come here, Charger. You should go get a robotic vacuum. Oh my gosh, I would love to get a Roomba. That would be so amazing. I would love to watch them mess around with a Roomba. What's up, buddy? So this used to be a porcupine, or I guess a hedgehog. And this is what Huskies will do to every stuffed animal you ever get. They take every little bit of stuffing out. So what are they doing when entering a store? I don't understand your question. What do you mean? Do they just like to shop around, have fun when we go to a store? Murdered. Yep, pretty much. Gila, come on. Stop. Now I got to cover it up. Sweet. I was talking about basically how these dogs will shed all the time and you need to have a vacuum. And if you don't have a vacuum, your laundry is going to get fur all over it. It's pretty crazy. You're getting a 2-month puppy in 2 days. Any tips I should get for him? Oh, man. First of all, congratulations. That is really awesome. It's always a huge step when you're getting a Husky puppy. That's amazing. I can't wait for you. That's going to be so cool. I would definitely go and check out the video I posted on everything that you should buy when you're getting a Husky puppy. So if you are getting a Husky puppy, I have a video for everything that you need to go buy, and I would definitely check that out. One of the things you see in the background, baby gates, absolutely get those. Don't miss out on getting a baby gate. You're gonna want to keep your Husky from going into certain parts of your house, and baby gates are gonna be like one of your best friends in the world, okay? Make sure you get hard toys, make sure you get soft toys, and make sure you get treats. You're gonna wanna train your puppy super early. Everyone's like, how early should I train my Husky puppy? Immediately. The second you meet your dog, train them. Don't wait. Don't be like, no, they're too young to. I mean, don't put an e-collar on your puppy. Don't do that. But start training your dog the second you meet them. Dogs are trainable from literally the second that you pick them up. Okay, you should be picking your puppy up from a breeder at least 8 weeks. Dogs need to be with their moms and their dads for at least 8 weeks before you pick them up. But as soon as you get them, go ahead and start training them. They are super, super trainable when they're puppies. It's actually harder to train them when they get older. How do you know when they're getting frustrated when trying to train them? Okay, that's a great question. You will definitely know when your dog is getting frustrated when you're training. Typically, you don't want a training session to last longer than about 30 minutes. Now, you can push it to, I plan on starting dog training when I move. It's going to be try and make it my full-time job. I'm going to be training people's dogs, and I'm going to be charging per hour. So I will be training each dog on an hourly basis. You should really only train a dog on a particular activity for like 20 to 30 minutes because they can get really bored and dissatisfied with what's going on. And basically what happens is the value of that learning decreases the longer that it takes you to train them. So you want to keep your she agrees. You want to keep your dogs or your husky or whatever you have, you want to keep their attention for as long as you can. So when they're starting to get bored, kind of walk off or become disinterested in either A, the treats that you're giving them, or B, the toy that you're offering, that's probably a good indication it's either A, to stop the training session or move on to a completely training session entirely. So maybe you're training them how to do a paw, right? And you've been doing it for 20 minutes and they're getting bored. Switch up to something else. Try and teach them how to do something entirely different from paw, and that might get them interested in doing that. Welcome, William, to the live stream. We really appreciate you stopping by. Right now, we're just talking about basically just husky care, what you can do and what you can expect when you're bringing home a Siberian Husky puppy, the things you need. I've already made a video on it if you guys are interested. They're looking to have some fun. Yeah, they're like really bored right now. They're basically looking at me like, Dad, why are you sitting here filming? We're supposed to be having fun. This is a little time they get after dinner where they kind of expel all their energy. Right before dinner, your Siberian Husky is going to go bonkers. That's the time in the day, basically, when they have the most amount of energy. I would argue it's either that time or in the morning. If you're not a morning person, don't get this dog. Don't get Husky if you are not a morning person. Huskies are up every day at like 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, every day. And they want to go, 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 go. First thing in the morning is probably the most active both these Huskies are. Let them out in the backyard, and it sounds like a racetrack is out in the backyard. I mean, they run around for a good 15, 20 minutes. Then they basically chill for the rest of the day. They're pretty good. You can take them and exercise them. Then they'll get really, really, really hyper right before dinner. And that's about 8 o'clock. They're going to start ramping up and they get really excited, especially the alpha. Gila will start barking uncontrollably. She'll start fights with Britney Spears. They'll run around. They'll all do all sorts of stuff. But once you get them fed, that's when they start calming down again. Here, I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer some of the questions. I know I missed a few because I've been talking my booty off. What about second breakfast? I bet any Husky would love second breakfast. Might have to come from Tampa to Jacksonville just so you can train mine. I would be down. Hey, I'm going to charge. It will not be as free as the YouTube channel, but I'm definitely going to be training dogs in a positive way, positive manner. I don't do any negative reinforcement in my training, so it's all really good stuff. And I have a lot of really awesome methods that I can't wait to introduce that I think are really good for teaching dogs, especially Huskies. What's the best food? I have a 7-month-old Husky. I would say hang out with brands called Merrick, Solid gold. You can have my puppies eat Blue Buffalo when I can't get the good stuff because Blue Buffalo is affordable in my opinion. It's not because if you get other grain-free foods like Merrick, they are expensive. And I'm talking about $40 a bag versus $18 a bag for a Blue Buffalo. It really all depends on your budget. If you have a high budget and you got some money to spend, you can really afford some good food for your dog. Solid Gold is a huge brand that's up and coming right now, and they have tons and tons of really good flavors for your puppy. Merrick is another great company. I used to use Taste of the Wild all the time. That was the brand that I stuck with for a long time. I've since gotten off of Taste of the Wild. Who knows, I may revisit them again one day, but for now I'm taking a break because there are just weird rumors. You have to pay attention to the rumors about the food in the news when you have a dog. Sometimes, when you have a dog, you are going to read the paper and you're going to hear, hey, this food is not good. This food, there's been a recall. It's important to pay attention to that because if your dog's eating bad food, they can get really sick. And look, these are the kinds of things that you really have to pay attention to when it comes to dog care. It seems like a lot. Like every day I'm like, you got to do this. And you have to do this, and you have to make sure you do this, and you have to do this, and this. And it sounds like a whole bunch of stuff, but once you put it all together and you learn how to push it all into one thing, it all just culminates into this easy just cycle that you do every day. And then owning a Husky basically just becomes regular life. Like, it's like, okay, this is just what I do every day. And for people who don't own Huskies, it's hard to say, oh yeah, it's simple, because to them it may not be. But for me, it definitely is, because I was able to change my life just a little bit so that I could have these guys. And all that meant was like, hey, you got to make sure that they get the proper amount of exercise. You got to make sure that they're eating the proper types of foods. You have to make sure that they're being trained properly, that they're safe, that they're being kennel trained. And that's a video I really want to make for you guys because it's super important to kennel train your dog. And I haven't really made a video that is, in my opinion, like covering every single outline of how to properly kennel train your dog. It's one of the hardest things to do, and I think that's probably where people need the most amount of help. Princess, hi, how's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate you. William, how much does a Husky shed? A Husky sheds about, I would say, 2 or 3 times a year. Okay, that's when they blow their coat. I already went over this in this video, so I'm not going to stay too much on the topic, but they do blow their coat, especially when the seasons change. So right now you can see Gila, her butt is shedding a little bit. We can come over here. We can pull out all this. Look at this. Yeah, that's because it's getting cold outside. So because it's cold outside, Gila is losing some of her fur because, I don't know, that's just what Huskos do. Honestly, it's not that bad as long as you keep a really good vacuum and as long as you have a Furminator. Now, if you guys don't have a Furminator and you do have a Husky, you don't have to go on my YouTube channel to buy it, but it is linked down below. In any of the videos that you go to, you can find the Furminator, especially the grooming video. I linked the Furminator down below. You don't have to buy it from there. You can go anywhere, the pet store, Amazon, wherever, and buy the Furminator. Take your dog outside for 2 seconds. If you have a Husky, wipe them down with the Furminator. They're good to go. Yeah, they're good to go. And also, buy these dogs socks. If you have a Husky, please do yourself a favor. Buy them socks. For real. Thank you, 60, for this awesome info for my Husky. I'm very careful with my Husky's diet. I've been getting Wellness Core. Expensive, but I've heard good things. Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm super glad that you're really passionate about what you feed your Husky. It's really important. A lot of people just kind of fill their dog's bowl with whatever, and it's fine, but I really commend the people who do take the time to figure out what's good for their dog. Sam, thanks so much for stopping by. Hold on, let me go back and read that. You have to be up at 8 a.m. Hey, I really appreciate you coming here and taking the time out of your day to support me and the pups. You don't even know how much it means to us. We are mega, mega thankful. Here, we're down on our knees right now, and we are thanking you guys. Thanks so much for coming by the channel and supporting the Husky community, hanging out. I love sharing the tips, and you know what? I hope I hope that you guys will take everything that I say in these videos and share it with your friends. I hope you guys take everything I say and you rip it off. That's what I want. I want you guys to copy me. I want you to take all the information and I want you to claim it as your own. Just take it and say, hey, I know this about dogs, and share it with your friends and teach them how to have proper pet care, how to teach their dogs proper training. It's super important. It makes the world a happier place for both you and me to live in, and that's what I'm all about here. So, hey, thank you guys most of all for coming by and supporting me and the Huskies and everything that we do here. We really appreciate it. And Gila, that's really the most inappropriate thing you can do right now when I'm thanking our audience. It's not really what you're supposed to do right now. We're supposed to be thanking everybody. This is, no. Okay. So anyways, I just want to thank you guys. So from the bottom of our hearts, really means so much. I'm trying so hard to teach my 2 Huskies, but they only listen when I have treats. Hey, that is really, really awesome. That's a good start. If your Huskies are going to listen to you when you have treats, that is the best place to start for training. So you want us to plagiarize your work? Go ahead. I think that all of the methods I teach you guys in these videos should be copied. I think you guys should take them and share it. It's information. It's good information too. It's things that people need to know on how to properly care for their dog. I mean, I don't want, can you take this out of your mouth, buddy? Thank you. I don't, I want everybody to have the proper access to some good info. You know what I mean, man? New channel called 35 Formula. That's okay. I'll subscribe. I'll subscribe as long as 35 Formula subscribes to me. You know what I'm saying? You guys are awesome, though. I really, really appreciate it. Going back through the comments. Okay, like I was saying, I feed duck for Kodo. We were feeding Stella and Chewy's raw, but he's picky diva. How do you stop your Husky from biting hard while playing? And how do you go about... And how do you go about off-leash training? Jennifer Phillips, first of all, thank you so much for stopping by the live stream. We really appreciate you. Those are some really awesome questions. I'm trying to keep it up on the screen here. Okay, how do you stop your Husky from biting while playing hard? Yeah, that's a good question. I have videos on both of these, Jennifer. If you want to go through my channel, I have a video on how to get your Husky to stop biting hard. And I also have a video on how to get your Husky to be off leash. But I'm going to help you out right now, and I'm going to explain that just a little bit. I'll go into detail. Basically, what you're going to want to do if you want to get your Husky prevent your Husky from biting hard is you're going to need to try and turn your Husky's bite into a lick when you give them a key phrase, okay? A lot of Huskies, especially alpha Huskies, and Gila, mega alpha Husky, okay? She will always play with me. One of her things is that she wants to put my hand in her mouth. Her way of playing with me is to bite. We've always had biting problems with Gila, and I don't mean aggressive biting issues. I mean play biting issues. She bites hard when she plays. And one of her things is that she just likes to come up to me and bite my hand. Now, I allow it because I just allow her to bite my hand because that's how we play. I'm comfortable with it. As long as she's not hurting me, I'm okay with it. But there are times where she crosses the line, she bites me a little too hard, and I have to raise my voice and say, hey, I have to get deep and have her stop. And basically when I say, hey, or I say too hard, or I make my voice a little deeper, or I raise it a little higher, she knows to turn that bite into a lick. And that's because I've taught her how to do that. And I have a video on how to do that. You can go and check it out. As far as the off-leash training, you really need to implement that very slowly, teaching your dog how to stay put and then come inside, teaching them how to do that outside, and then practicing with either an e-collar or a 30-foot lead outside your house in a contained area. Practice doing off-leash stuff, and then very, very slowly move it out into the real world. I go deeper into this in a video, and you can see that video on my channel. I can't link it right now because I'm live, obviously. I wish I could, but I don't know how. But if you go on my channel and you type in Off-Leash Training, you will see it. It's actually, I think, the second most watched video on my channel. It has about 40,000 views. So it's up there underneath my popular view thingamajiggy. So yeah, go and check that out. I hope that helps you out. If you have any additional questions, you can always comment down below in any of the videos, because I always, every single day, make sure that I take an hour or two out of the day to go through all the videos, check out all the comments, and help anybody who has questions. One of the things that I dislike most about people who have YouTube channels is a lot of people try and reach out and ask them questions, and no one ever answers. Everyone's just like, hey, look how big of a YouTuber I am, man. I don't even have to answer any of these people. But I really enjoy reaching out to every single person who takes the time out of their day to reach down to that keyboard, type out something to me, and say something. I want to interact and communicate and help you guys out with your dog training. It's super important. You're not paying me or anything, but you're coming here and you're supporting the channel. So I owe you guys big time. So any question you guys have, hey, you can ask it here, and it's going to get answered. Jennifer, love your videos. I think I've seen them all now. Thank you. I wish Britney Spears happy P-Day. Thank you so much. You follow Insta. Thank you so much. I mean, that means really so much to us. I can't even put it into words. I wish that I could make a thank you card for every single person and send them out. Maybe one day they'll figure out how to do like thank you cards, and I can give you guys all one. Mischievous, thank you so much for coming by. You made it. Unfortunately, we're literally about to head out. We've been going for about an hour now. I wanted to bring everyone a live stream tonight because we weren't able to make an edited episode. How do I tell if my Husky is a Siberian Husky? That's a good question, actually. I have a video about it, and you can go and check it out. William, what's up? Oh, you've already been here. You're just saying yo to Mischievous. How much do they weigh? Good question. All these questions are good. I think I've said good question to every single person who's asked me if it's a question. I'm like, good question. They're all good questions. Huskies, the males typically weigh more than the females. Females can weigh as little as 30 pounds, I think 32 pounds. There are really small female Huskies. And what's crazy is Gila, she's a 55-pound lady, okay? And most people go, wow, your Husky's gonna get a lot bigger, isn't she? And I'm like, no, she's not. She's actually pretty good for a girl. Britney Spears, I think he's about 65 pounds. So he's about 10 pounds heavier than Gila. She's perfect. Thank you so much, Mischievous. She says thank you. Let's go bring you over to Gila real quick. Gila, Mischievous says you're perfect. She says you're perfect. She's like, I'm chewing on these rings right now, and I'm trying to figure out if I can get this blue ring off this yellow ring. I'm so glad I stayed up for this. One question, though. How often do Huskies shed between blowing out? I think I've mentioned this a few times. A lot of people ask this question. It takes, I would say Huskies blow their coat between 2 to 3 times a year, which means you're probably looking at about 4 months to 3 months between each time their coat is going to basically fall off. It's not that bad. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's insane. And when you see someone ferminate a Husky, I have a video where I sat down and I fast forward me ferminating Gila, and all this fuzz came off and it looked like this massive amount of fur. I know it looks crazy when you do the ferminator, but it's not that bad when it's just falling off of them naturally. There's never going to be a clump in the corner of your house that looks like there's a brand new animal or anything like that. What treats did you use to train your Husky, or can I use any treat? You can use any treat as long as your Husky really likes the treat. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, you can use any treat, basically. I've used a plethora of different treats. Here's the deal. Dog treats you get from the store, your dog is going to know that it's a dog treat, okay? They're smart. They're going to be like, okay, this treat was meant for me. Now, your dog is going to know when a treat is not meant for them. For example, what are you doing, Bowie? What you doing? You being silly? For example, My dogs love Nutter Butters. You know Nutter Butter, those like peanut butter cookies. My dogs love Nutter Butters. My dogs also love chips and popcorn. And they know that those foods are not supposed to be eaten. Yeah, he is a super goofball. He is a super goofball. So when you pull out those big gun treats, when you literally pull out popcorn or chips, don't give them chocolate. You never want to give a dog chocolate, but if you have like a peanut butter cookie, maybe an oatmeal cookie, those go a long way. Dogs want to work really hardcore for treats like that. So I'm saying to you right now that on rare occasions, it is okay to use human food as the treat that you want to give your dog. Make sure it's okay to give them that treat. Make sure the food is okay. But your dog will prefer on most occasions a human treat over a doggy treat. So just keep that in mind. But I do like to use Merrick freeze-dried lamb lungs as treats because it's good for doggies to get organs in their diet. It's really good because kibble doesn't have organs unless you're feeding them raw. If you're feeding them raw, which is awesome, good on you, then the treats you get are really just up to you. Doggos like blueberries, they like bananas, they like all fruits are really good for dogs. You just got to be careful what fruits you're getting. Look at this freak right here. What are you doing, freak? You're being a freak. So do they not shed when they aren't blowing out? No, they don't shed. I will say this though, there is hair around, okay? So don't expect to, like, when your dog isn't going through, like, when he's not shedding, it's not gonna be like, there's not gonna be any hair anywhere. There's gonna be hair, okay? If you have a Husky, there's always going to be hair around. It's not gonna be crazy until they're blowing their coat, because honestly, neither of these dogs, there's never really a crazy amount of fur, and all this you see right here, it's not natural. I literally pulled all those out of Gila's butt in this live stream, so if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my gosh, your dogs just did that, just like walking around, I literally pulled those out of Gila's butt just about 2 minutes ago. Not all of those are just like from her naturally, so it is a little bit more subtle when it's just falling off in comparison to when they are blowing their coat and it's a seasonal thing. So just keep a lint roller around if you're going to get a Husky. It's kind of like a cat. Cats do a whole bunch of shedding just like a Husky does. Food aggression. Okay, food aggression. Yeah, that is a good question. Food aggression is going to have to be an entirely separate video. I wish I could answer that question for you right now, but it is super, super complicated getting into that, and I don't want to lead anybody into weird waters with it. I want to explain it the best that I can, so I will make an entire video about basically the whole thing will encompass aggression behaviors, and how to deal with them when it comes to your Husky, because that is a possibility, and I know that some people do deal with aggression issues when it comes to Huskies, and I'm going to help you guys address that. Can you make your Husky do some commands? Yeah, sure, we can do that. Then we're gonna go though. We have to go. It's getting a little late here. We're going past an hour, but we're gonna do a little bit of tricks for you real quick. So let's get Hila up here. Hila, come on. You want a treat? Huh? Want a treat? You guys want to do some tricks? You guys want to do some commands? All right, let's practice, right? Let's practice. Can we sit? Good job. That's a good job. Stand. Can we stand? Good girl. That's a good girl. That's stand. That's a good job. Can I get a paw? I didn't say stand. Thank you, miss. Can I get a paw? Can I get a paw? Give me a paw. Sit. Good boy. Paw. Paw. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. He's still working on the paw. Takes him a little bit of time to get it, but we're working on that. See, if your dog stands up Okay, you're gonna just reset them back to sitting down mode. I appreciate your videos so much. Every time I have a question, I can find the answer in your videos, and you're such a good teacher. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate that. Honestly, that comment means more to me than anything in the world. I really appreciate that. That's my whole job, and my whole mission is just to help you guys out, help you teach your dogs how to, basically just help you teach you and your dog to communicate better. That is the mission here. Thanks for going live. Such good fur babies. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for watching. We really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you watching. I hope I helped you tonight. We're doing some fun stuff right now. Okay, can you guys lay down? Lay down. All the way, buddy. Good boy. That's a good boy. All right. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. J.A., thank you so much. Seriously, I really, really appreciate that. It means so much. Honestly, I feel like I don't even deserve the crazy praise you guys give me, but I do, down on my knees, appreciate it so much. Speak. Oh, no. I didn't say get up, buddy. Speak. Good girl, you stay. Stay. Speak. Up. No. Speak. Good girl. Come. Sit. That's good girl. Stand. Good girl. Lay down. I want you to roll. Lay down. Roll other way. Good girl. Come. Sit. Paw. Other paw. Stay. Lay down. Go ahead. Lay. Come on. Good girl. That's good girl. That's my good girl. Up. I want you to do one more thing for me. I want you to stand. You're a princess. Look at that hard work. That was like 17,348 million tricks in a row. Such a good girl. She's so good. Okay, Brittany. Okay, Brittany. Your turn. Sit down. Good boy. That's a good boy. Can you speak? Can you speak? Okay. If you guys are trying to teach your dog how to speak, you see what he just did there? That's a good time to reward your dog. You want to catch that bark, right? Speak. 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 Good boy, sit. Speak. Good boy. Look at Gila always tries to steal the spotlight. She's like, bro, I'm doing the work you're asking for. I'm doing everything you want. Can you give me the food, please? I'm like, dude, I'm trying to teach Britney Spears here. He's got to get some training in, bro. If you do all the tricks, she's like the kid in the class that constantly raises their hands. Like, who knows the answer to number 7? And she's like, me. I'm like, does anyone else know the answer? Does anyone else know the answer? You know the answer? No, just you? Okay, come here. We'll do a couple more tricks, and then we gotta go. Okay, what do you guys want to see? All right. One thing I want to work on with Gila is doing the bang and then having her lay down and play dead and then getting back up. I think that's going to be our next trick because she can do the whole cycle. I just have to get her to go through the motions of doing it. And then once I teach her to do that, I think I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do that. Good girl, but down. Stay. I want you to roll. Head. Down. Lay down. I want another roll. Up. Can you speak? One more time. Speak. Third time. Speak. Good girl. Stand. I said good girl. Yeah, that's my good princess. I said good girl. Winning all the awards. And like Britney Spears is like, dude, can I get some food, bro? I did like a trick or two. We're going to do so much teaching with you, buddy. As soon as we move to Jacksonville, you are going to be top dog. You're going to be way over Gila. You're going to know how to do every single little trick in the book. Looking forward to see the moving videos. We'll definitely need to see them integrate into the new house so I know how to prepare when I move. Yes, I cannot wait to release that video for you guys. It's going to be super helpful. I know it's a weird, quirky thing to write about, or make a video about how to get your dogs accustomed to moving or make them feel more comfortable when you're moving from a different home. But I think it'll be really helpful because so many people move a lot of times in their life, and it's good to know how to treat your dogs or how to expect them to act whenever you are moving. Let's go ahead and give these guys a couple of treats just for being good puppos tonight. They did such a good job just doing tricks and entertaining us and having a good old time. Let's go ahead and reward them. Good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good boy. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate you. We are going to head out now. We're going to go and chill, relax. I got a couple more boxes that I have to pack, and then on to a whole other day tomorrow. It's just a couple more days until the big move. So if you guys aren't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell button so you don't miss any of the episodes. And if you want to check out our Patreon, our Facebook, our Instagram, or any of those cool social media accounts, we got them down in the description below of any of the videos on the channel. As always, we really, really, more than life itself, appreciate you stopping by. And anyone who commented tonight, you freaking rule. You're the coolest. Thanks so much, Mischievous. Good night to you as well, and everyone else. So, until next time, guys, guess what? We will see you on another episode of whatever I make. Peace! She's like,